Another rough day for the stock market, for Tesla stock, and for a bunch of other stocks out there, guys. We have a lot to break down in this video. We're going to go over the stock market, Tesla stock, other stocks that I'm looking at as we're getting into January of 2023. So let's not waste any time. If you guys find value, hit the like button, subscribe, and let's just dive right into the video. So overall, again, like I said, it was a rough day for the stock market, for Tesla stock, NEO stock, which we covered in my last video, and just a bunch of other stocks out there. The S&P 500 went down 0.4% on the day. We had the NASDAQ down over 1.4%. Rough day for the NASDAQ as the Russell went down 0.6%, and the Dow, believe it or not, inched out a green day, up 0.15%, actually more like 0.1% on the day as the VIX went up 3.7%. Crazy day, guys. And I mentioned this in my last video, the VIX is pretty low, guys. Keep that in mind. It's still, even though it went up almost 4%, the VIX is at 21 points right now, and the metals did well overall. Gold went up 1% on the day as silver went up 1.3%. And pulling up oil, let me see what oil did, because quite frankly, I didn't even look at oil today at all. Oil right now is at just a little bit under 80 a barrel. It's at 79.87 at the time that I'm making this video. It went up 0.4%, 31 cents per barrel on the day. So it did have a pretty decent day today, and it looks like earlier in the day today, it was over not 80 a barrel, but over 81 a barrel. Not too bad, but do not get too excited quite yet, guys, because obviously, like I've been saying, but if you haven't seen the recent videos, I'll say it right now, crude oil has been downtrending, and even though it's up a good amount in the past couple of days, past couple of weeks, 2 weeks really, it's up from 70 to now 80 a barrel, it's up 13%, it is still in a downtrend. Keep that in mind. We are still clearly making lower highs, and right now, as I'm making this video, guys, we are at a lower high. I mean, do you guys not see that? We're at a lower high. So this is still in a downtrend. Keep that in mind. As you know, we're wrapping up this year, heading into January of 2023. And going back to SPY and Triple Q, let's take a look at what's going on here very quickly. Again, it was a rough day out there, and if I pull up the 20-day chart, you're going to see the downtrend is continuing on SPY and on Triple Q, if I pull that up. And with today's price action, we put in a lower high on both of these, right? You can see here we failed at 268, 270, right around the 180 SMA. That was, at a lower high compared to where we failed at on the 22nd of this month, which was at 275. So this morning we failed under 270. We ended up dumping into the close. And right now, if we pull up the 5-day, Triple Q is holding on by a thread right at 260, 262. If this point breaks, and we do have a bit of a descending triangle forming as I just drew it out here on the 5-day, guys, if we break under 260, we're going to be shooting to that low from the middle of October, being 255, and who the heck knows where it's going to go from there. So my alert right now is at 255. I'm going to set another one at 260. Let me do that now. Mark is at or below $260 per share. Let me create that. And going back to SPY, let's see what's going on here. If I zoom in a bit, we can see, same thing. Lower highs are being put in, but what's the big support coming up? We have 375, 380 roughly, which my alert's at 375. So, yeah, guys, it is not looking good for the bulls. I mean, they did have a great run. The bulls did from the middle of October to about, a couple of weeks ago. And it seems like now that, it's clear as day that was just a bear market rally, as now we're under both moving averages on the 4-hour chart on SPY and on Triple Q. We have death crosses as well on both of these. So, yeah, not the best sign for the overall stock market right now. So let's dive into Tesla and see where it ended up closing and where it's at here after the bell, which, I mean, holy crap, guys. Holy freaking crap. This is just awful. Tesla was at 100 to start this month. I mean, it was at almost $200 a share. Now it's at 109. Think about that. In 1 month, Tesla's down almost 50%. I mean, I'm not going to lie. If you told me in the beginning of this month Tesla was going to go down 50% in this month alone, I would have laughed at you. I would have been like, that's a little bit unrealistic. Well, if you told me in a year it could go down 50%, I'd be like, all right, I can see that. But in a month, guys, I mean, holy freaking crap. It closed at 109 today, down 11.4%. And after the bell, it is at 107.50. I mean, the selling just keeps on coming in. Now, just from the highs on the 23rd, right before Christmas, right, guys? And by the way, I hope you guys had a great Christmas. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. We were at 128 on Tesla, 128 a share. We're now down $21 from that point, 16%. So in just a day or two of trading, it's pretty much in a bear market, down 20%. I mean, it was already in a bear market, but, whenever a stock, an index goes down 20%, it's in a bear market. So it essentially got into another bear market, right? If you look at it from that perspective, in just a day or two of trading. So, yeah, Tesla, guys, I don't know when this is going to stop. I'm not going to lie. I think, it's an end of the year move here in terms of, tax loss harvesting, margin calls, are definitely kicking in right now. I mean, there's no doubt about it. If I had to speculate, which I already did, and I lost money, I mean, I traded it. I got in at 128, sold at 120, had a stop loss there. If I had to speculate, we will get some sort of rally in January. If I had to speculate, I'm still sticking to that, but obviously it's hard as heck to time it. It's very hard to time it. And, it's a falling knife right now, and we're not getting any sign of a reversal. So the way I'm looking at this now is let's start to get some sort of a bottom, some higher lows being made, maybe some, a move towards the moving averages again. I don't know, something here on the 4-hour chart, but we're just not getting any movement. This is insane. Again, 50% down pretty much is what Tesla is throughout the course of this month. I mean, that is just insane. It is insane. And, from all-time highs now, Tesla is down, I think, 75%. Let's see. It is down, 74%. Unbelievable, guys. So, what do you think about Tesla? Are you buying it here? Are you selling it? Are you, selling puts, selling calls? What are you doing? Selling calls, I don't know about doing that here, but yeah, either way, what are you doing? Let me know in the comments down below. And now let's transition and talk about some other stocks that I'm looking at. Ulta is number one here. Well, I guess it's number two because Tesla was number one that we talked about. But Ulta here is the second stock, which is up or went up 1.7% on the day today. Pretty good day in the midst of a red day overall. Again, NASDAQ, Russell, S&P, all those went down on the day. Ulta ended up not only breaking out of the 50 SMA today, but in the past couple of days, it has really confirmed the continuation of this uptrend. I mean, you guys not see that? We're making higher lows. We have been, and now we just got buying pressure and a bounce right above the 180 SMA, which is right around 430 here on the 4-hour chart. Now we're breaking out above 460. Again, that 50 SMA. By the looks of it, Ulta could be on its way to the high 400s again, 480, 490. That is where this could be going based on what I'm seeing on the 4-hour. And like I've said, this stock is near all-time highs. We've talked about it before, and it has outperformed massively throughout the entire course of the year and really the past couple of years. If you guys take a look, the COVID low for Ulta was $120. We're now at 460. I mean, that is an extraordinary move. So Ulta looks like it's continuing that extraordinary move. And, let's see if it could go to the high 400s. The next one is Estée Lauder, ticker symbol EL, which went up 3% on the day today. Very strong day for Estée Lauder. And we can see here right off the bat, inverse. I mean, it's not the cleanest looking inverse head and shoulders, but nonetheless, it does seem like it is one, at least to me, guys. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. We can see here we're well on our way to completing that right shoulder. We've actually broken out of the moving averages a couple weeks ago. We have a golden cross, which is great. And now in just the past couple of days, we've really started to bounce, especially today. We can see today we took the highs out from last week, and now the next point we're going to test is right around 250 to about 252, which I'm actually going to set my alert at 252. Mark is at or above, which is the high here from the middle of December, about 2 weeks ago, right? So if Estée Lauder could break out of 252, mid-250s, we have a wide open gap on the stock. I mean, do you guys not see it from 255 to pretty much 275, 280, maybe even higher than that? So Estee Lauder, in my eyes, looks strong. Maybe not as good as Ulta, but, it's pretty decent, which is why it is the third stock that I'm covering in today's video. Now, the fourth stock is Verizon. And before we talk about it, if you guys haven't gotten your free stocks from Moomoo, do not forget you could get up to 20 stocks, each up to $2,000 using the link down below from Moomoo. And if you want 12 more stocks from Webull, hey, use that link from Webull as well. Free money. You get free money. It also helps out the channel. I appreciate you guys as always. And let's just now dive into stock number 4, which is Verizon, which today also had a pretty good green day. It looks like all these stocks that we've covered today, other than Tesla, of course, have had green days. Verizon's included in that. We had a 2%, 2.2 to be exact, percent green day today, and it's been, breaking out above the moving averages the past couple of days here, and now we're pretty much testing the highs. Well, we are testing the highs from the middle of November, end of November, early December, being about $39, $40-ish, which I'll actually set my alert for on Verizon here at $40. Mark is at or above. Let me do that. And if it's able to get out of 40, we'll leave it at 40. If we're able to break out of 40, it's going to be at a multi-month high. And at that point, we're going to see maybe a move towards the lower mid-40s, 42, 43, maybe towards the mid-40s, right, 45. And of course, we'll see where it goes from there if it does end up, if we do start to see it reverse, which we're not 100% there yet, but it's getting there. If 40 breaks, that's where a lot of more upside could be coming in. So another stock here, the fifth one, is NEM, also known as good old Newmont Corporation, which also went up on the day 1.9%. And we can see here, if I zoom in a little bit so you can see it a little bit better, we can see now we're taking out the highs not only from last week, but it looks like the week before, and we're breaking out of the wedge and the moving averages here on the 4-hour, and we're about to test, probably at some point this week, if I had to guess, guys, we're going to test 48 to 49. Well, we're already at 48. We're probably going to test 49 to $50, which I'm going to set my alert now at $49.50. If this point is able to break here on Newmont, we can see, well, we're going to be at a multi-month high. We're going to be, we're already breaking out of the moving averages and the wedge here. All we have to do now is break 50. And from that point, multi-month high, like I said, and you could argue, the next gap to fill would be $55, $58. This is where Newmont could be going. So I'm watching that one, NEM. The next stock here is Enphase, which came down today, I believe. Pretty big red day for Enphase, down 6.6%. Now it is down officially in the past couple of weeks from 340 to now 275. It is down about 20%. So Enphase is another one of those that has been outperforming. It's been doing very well. I believe it's at all-time highs, or just hit one a couple weeks ago. And now it's in a bear market. Again, down about 20%. And even though it's in a bear market, guys, you can clearly see here on the 4-hour chart, we're still uptrending. Higher lows. We just hit a higher high a couple weeks ago, which is that all-time high, like I said. And now, even though we've collapsed under the moving averages, and quite frankly, this is a falling knife, we're still technically at a higher low. There's still technically some hope for the bulls right around here. If they come in at 260, 265, 270, which if we fail at that point, all right, fine. At that point, we're probably going to get an even harsher reversal to the downside, especially if we take out the lows from the middle of October being about 240, 250. But we're not there yet. The reality is uptrend still holding. We're above the high, or the lows rather, from the middle of October. Uptrend still holding, guys. So Enphase, let's see if buyers come in there. No rush. And the last stock for today, guys, which is not looking good, but I wanted to cover it because it went down a bunch. It is NVIDIA, ticker symbol NVDA, which went down over 7% on the day. And look at this. It's at this point clearly under the moving averages. It's been collapsing the past couple of weeks. In the past couple of weeks alone, it is down 25%, and that's just from the middle of this month. We're talking 2 weeks. It's down 25%. And now with this down move in the past 2 weeks, it is clear to me that rally that we got from 108 to 190, all that was a relief. Well, I mean, more than a relief rally. That was an 80% move. That was a massive move on NVIDIA, which I actually did capture some of that. I did trade NVIDIA during that, upswing there. It's clear to me now that that was just a bear market rally. It was a massive bear market rally, but that's what it was, a bear market rally. And, it's looking like, sure, I mean, we're oversold. It's a falling knife. We might get a bounce back, a little relief rally in the short term, but it's looking to me like NVIDIA wants to go down and down to the lower hundreds. Heck, maybe he goes down to 108 again. Maybe he breaks under 100, which is where it gets really interesting for me as a long-term position. Again, like I said, I traded this thing, made some money on it, but I wouldn't buy it in the mid-high hundreds for a long-term investment. I'd only trade it, in these levels. But if it gets under 100, it might be a long-term investment for me, especially if it gets to the 80s, 90s. We'll see how it ends up playing out, guys. So overall, that is it. We covered pretty much everything, that I wanted to cover in this video. Let me see. Actually, there's a lot of down stocks today. The GameStop got destroyed. It just hit a fresh low, and we could end on this. This at this point, and I have so many alerts on GameStop. Holy crap. Let me actually delete these just to make this chart look a little bit cleaner. This now is taking out the lows with today's down move. GameStop took the lows out from the middle of May. Unbelievable, which those were right around $19.60, $20 a share. We took that out. We hit $18. Not the best sign. For GameStop, AMC is already reverting back to the fundamental value. I mean, it's $4. You could today it went down 8.4%. You could argue this is the fair value of the stock. You could really make that argument. Maybe it's $2, $3, whatever, but we're pretty much near the fair value now, or near where it was before the insanity of 2021, which it went up all the way to $72. Unbelievable. So yeah, AMC is pretty much at where it was before the run up. GameStop is getting there. The fact that now we hit under this point from May, that's pretty much the last straw between us and getting back to $10, which was the low from February of 2021. So I mean, look at GameStop, guys. This thing went from $4 to $120, dropped down to $8 again. You would have thought it was over. That was a 90% drop, and then it went from $8 all the way to $88 again. That was an 800% move. Unreal. And, it's finally getting back to its fair value. That's just the reality of the matter here, guys. And we're going to wrap up the video. And actually, I mean, GameStop has a long ways to go until it gets to fair value, in my opinion. AMC is more near it. GameStop, probably under $5, which who knows? We might be getting there pretty soon. But overall, that is it for the video. If you all enjoyed it, you know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe. And if you didn't know, I have a second channel called Stocks Talks Money. Go subscribe to that. Link down below. Hit the like button, do all that good stuff. And if you want some free money, 20 stocks from Moomoo, 12 stocks from Webull, all linked down below. And don't forget, if you guys like the way I break things down, charts, all that good stuff, check out the Patreon. We have a revamped Patreon coming in 2023. Use that link down below. I'll see you guys in there. Peace out.